with the fire. I understand I probably just missed moving one of the deadlines. But nice thing is, we definitely had everything ready for that homework to, oh, I know what it was. Originally, I thought you guys were leaving Friday morning, but you're not leaving until Friday lunch. So I thought it would just be seniors here today, which is literally like 3 people. So that's why I had the homework for us grading on Monday. But since you guys are all here, we definitely want to get section 3.5 graded, which is why it was due today. Google Classroom had it due today. Because you guys do not want to be stressing about 3.5 over the weekend, or for some of you guys, Sunday night when you get back. Well, you don't get back Sunday night, you get back Sunday afternoon. But either way, my retreat people, you don't want to be stressing about 3.5 with the test coming. You want to be able to work on the review with the test coming. So Monday, here's what we're doing. The test is on Tuesday, right, guys? I know it's weird. You're not used to this view. Let's go to your Google Classroom. Here we go. The test review is due on Tuesday because the test is on Tuesday. But what is my strong advice, even though a lot of you are going on retreat, what is my strong advice for you to have done, at least started by Monday? Have the review started. That way you can come in with questions. Monday's going to be a work day, basically. A work day on the review. However, I will start class off giving you very particular details about the test and what's going to be on it. Today when we go over 3.5 homework, I'm going to be very specific as well because remember I told you 3.5 homework is harder than most of the test problems from 3.5. Does that make sense? Okay. So I wanted to let you see them because it shows like chemistry and like sound decibels. You guys had the sound intensity one. That was kind of cool. Maybe not to you, but to me it was kind of cool. You had finances that showed up. You had different like bacteria or virus growth, exponential growth, but also decay, radioactive elements. There was a lot of different applications, so I wanted you to see them, but I'm not going to test you on them all. So I'll give you hints today about what you don't have to have memorized from 3.5 or what you don't have to have perfectly mastered from 3.5, but Monday we'll talk more specifically about the entire test. But my retreat people, especially you, because you're going to have limited time this weekend, at least try to get a little bit of the review done for Monday so that when you come in, you have an idea of what you do or don't get, questions that you need to pay super close attention to, etc. And just a few of you are feeling the whole like cramming the night before a math test at this level does not usually work. Okay. Remember, test corrections aren't due until after the next test, right? So like next Wednesday, Thursday, something, something, something. So I know that you guys have those tests, you have those corrections, just keep them safe, but right now we're focusing on chapter 3. All right, cool kids, with that, let's go ahead and, here we go, check out where we're at as far as 3.5 homework. Got it. All right, homework spirals are open. I got distracted by a few things at the beginning of class. I so apologize. Let's pull this up. How many evens did we have? A few, right? Okay. But do you guys have right now, as I'm pulling up the book and as I'm pulling up your evens, do you have any odds that you already know, Calc Chat back of the book, you already know you don't entirely know how to do and you want to ask questions on? Let's write those down first. Any odds that you guys have? That you're going to want to see? Uh-oh. I'm scared. That means either you didn't care and you just wrote down Calc Chat, or you truly understood and aced this homework, which is awesome, or you didn't do it. No odds? Oh, Griffin, you're my hero. Thank you. What do you got? 7. And then Emma, what else? 15. Anything else? Odds. 55. Caleb? 31. Because odds you guys were already able to grade in Calc Chat. Lucas? 21. Yeah, I knew there had to be some odds. I was like, wait. You don't even need to grade to know that. Okay, cool. Here we go. Let's go check those evens and see if there are any additional ones that we need to cover. If possible, we'll cover the even questions as we grade them, because then we can just look at the odds. Guys, 2 and 4, you were just filling in formulas. That's it. 2 and 4, you have the formulas already. Well, you're just filling in the formulas. Number 10, you guys were trying to solve. That was one of the table ones. Remember, on the test, there's a table one, like 7 and or like 10. There's just one, but it's the exact same as the table. I think it starts with initial, and then rate, and then time to double, and then amount after 10. It's just like that. It's not this exact same like numbers as far as the exact same problem, but it's the exact same table, just different numbers. So for number 10, you wanted to plug in your clues. They didn't give you R. So you had to plug in what you knew, which was P. You're like, I really want R. Fine, I have a clue. So then plug in your amount after 10 years. T was 10 when the amount in the account, the amount was 1505. Then you just had to rearrange to solve for R. Booyah. Once you have R, that fills in one of those table blanks. Then plug in R and say, now I need to double it. I need to set A equal to twice as much money in it. 11% in 6.3 years. 24, is this that weird graph one? With the 2 points? No, it's not. Number 24, you were plugging in clues 2. You might not have been given the exponential decay formula, but you could have found it in your notes because it follows exponential decay. Plugging in your clues of time and amount and solving for basically your R again. And once you solve for your R, you can plug in your R and you can solve for what they're asking, which is the initial. Now guys, some of you might have done decimals and that's not bad. Just write down their answer, find the decimal and compare. We know that decimals are a thing. Sometimes you'll be getting decimals or a different form of the answer. Number 34. You guys can be super thankful I didn't give you number 30. It's a beast of a problem. Honors. Had fun with it. Number 34 was weird because you couldn't just plug in one clue and solve for R. You had to plug in 2 clues. 250 and 1, you still didn't know Y or B, so you couldn't solve for your R, your rate, your B. So you had to also plug in after 10 hours. And then you had to go ahead and put these two together as far as trying to do some substitution. So if after 10 hours it was doubled, that means the amount after 10 was 2 times. The amount after 10 was 2 times the amount after 1. And at this point, there was a little bit of math as far as solving. Probably be better if we talked about that one if you guys have any questions. I'll just let you check the B and then write down the final number back to your head. They rounded to the nearest whole number because with money being rounded 2 decimal places, it's just to the nearest cent. But for things like the number of people, a number of bacteria, or a number of, what else would be a whole number? Number of smartphones, whatever. We would round to the nearest whole number. Number 48 was so easy it might have been hard. Number 48 was so easy it might have been hard. At the very, very, very beginning, they gave you a formula and they said, hey, it's a thing. And so all you had to do was take the sound that they were having you compare and throw that 10 to the negative 12 in the denominator of the common log. Check it. That's the sound you were comparing to, and you're just throwing in the sound they gave you in the numerator. And it was just a simple plug and chug to your calculator. Although some of you realize this is a common log, a log base 10, you could have actually simplified the powers and done this in your head, but maybe you wouldn't have thought of it. Maybe you wouldn't have thought of it. Number 52, same thing with pH levels. They gave you a formula. All you had to do was take what they told you about, what is that, hydrogen? And throw it in, and then just plug it in your calculator. Practicing, you know how to do scientific notation and some of those weird things that show up in chemistry and other places. And then number 66, I was hoping that notes would be so helpful because all you had to do was just match the graphs. And there were a couple ones that I didn't give you in notes, like linear. Or letter E was none of the models because he was like part line, part quadratic. He was this weird like morphed piecewise function. And then you had like a parabola, a good old-fashioned quadratic. So some of them were review functions, but then the rest, you just had to follow the swoops. Was it one of those weird bell curves? It's Gaussian. Was it one of those weird like, hey, I'm growing? No, I'm not, just kidding. Was it logistic? Notes were supposed to help a lot with that. All right, kiddos, this is all in the YouTube video now. Well, it's going to be by the end of the day. You can access at any point. But do we have any of these evens that you guys want to add to the list of what you got stuck on? Not even that weird 28, 24, whatever. You're okay? Maybe it wasn't too bad. What's the one that was bad? Oh, 34. We're okay? So, to that end, let's pause. Some of you are acting like you're totally bored, and either that means you didn't do homework last night, or you're like, nope, I aced it, or I don't know, you don't care. I'm going to go over homework questions because some of your classmates are like, please help. And that's what today is for, is please helping on the 3-5. But then after I help say, okay, time out, there's a test coming. What's most important? But if some of you don't need this, go grab a book. Literally, I don't care. Get up, go get a book and work on your test review. Pull it up on Google Classroom. But as we talked about earlier, if you have your phone out during my class, if it's productively being used, what's the only thing you're using it for? Writing down the homework problems and having your calc chat so you can just like go look at an answer, right? Is there anything else practically from my class that would be useful for you to look up on your phone? No. So we're not doing this, and we're definitely not doing right? We're not snapping, we're not texting, you're using your phone. I don't mind if you're getting homework problems or if you're looking at calc chat. Otherwise the phone's not necessary for you. Good? You want to work in the review, totally fine. Especially my retreat people, this might be the time that you do it. But for the rest of you guys, let's see where 3-5 got hard, because I totally know it did. Number 7 was one of those finance table ones, like the test problem is going to be. I'm glad that you asked it, Griffin. I think 10 was a little bit harder, to be honest. But that's okay. 7 gets the basic idea. You would not know how to do. If you didn't know the formula, you would have been lost like in the very beginning. I think it said in the directions that it was continuously compounded, and so that led us to the PERT formula. And I also did that example in class that showed you to use PERT. Once we have PERT, you just have to know who everybody is. Like $1,000, initial is P, so no, that's P. Rate, that's R, but we have to make it that decimal, not the percentage. I think Emma was asking about that yesterday. So it would have been 0.035 as the R. That could have messed you up also. But once we know that we have R and we have P, we would go ahead and plug this in and say, sweet, so we have 1,000 e to the 0.035 t. And this is not an equation to be scared of, but be like, awesome, I have a y and I have an x. It's a normal equation. I'm going to use it, though, to fill in these two blanks. So the first blank says, how much time, find. This is going to be a T for my amount, my money to double. And then this one says find the amount, find the A when T equals 10. So a couple things about the clues. This one, my money is doubled. My money is twice what it was. And this one, I know that T is equal to 10. So I'm going to take these clues one at a time to go ahead and solve. So to find the doubling time. Double to the W is really a U. I'm having issues. Okay. Doubling time, I take my equation and I say, I don't know, wait, I'm supposed to know A. What I don't know is T. So, okay, when I go to plug in my equation, I'm like, okay, I know that, I know that, I know this, and I know, no, I don't know T. Okay, that's my unknown. But to solve for that, I need this to be a number. So what did they tell me and how does it help? Double. Money has doubled. Well, what was it? 1,000. What's it now going to be? 2,000. That doubling was a clue I had to use to fill in A. So as soon as I'm like, hey, my money's doubled, $2,000, now it's kind of like the very beginning homework where you were rearranging the letters where you were solving. I'm just going to go ahead and rearrange. And just for sake of time, if I divide by 1,000, I get 2. If I do ln of both sides, I get my e to the, and then if I divide by my r, there were like 3 different algebraic steps, Griffin, but that would have eventually gotten me to get t by itself with the final answer. Does that kind of make sense? It'd be a decimal.
I messed up on the annual rate.
Got it. I figured it was decimal. Yeah, good. So as soon as you have that, then the amount after 10. The nice thing is that one's good. I'm glad you found that, because then you'll be ready for the test. Plug in 10 and then you're done. Okay, that was number 7. Number 15. Is that radioactive decay yet? No, that's in the 20s. That's in the 20s. Number 15 was down here. It was another. Yeah. I gave you, I was inspired by Mrs. Leon. I gave you a Big Mama problem that had you do like all the finance equations at one time. Because these 3, A, B, and C, were all the equation, oh guys, keep me honest. don't have to memorize that one as much. Is that right? Okay. You had to use that whole n times per year. This one n was 1. This one n was 12 times a year, and then daily is 365 times a year. And then finally, I get my so much easier compounded interest. Talk to your parents if they're like trying to make wise financial decisions. Compounded interest is a lifesaver if you start early. Some of you could maybe start saving in a Roth IRA. Ooh, personal finance. Good class. Account. But anyway, it's a plug and chug. It's a plug and chug. But the weird thing is it doesn't really give me anything to do with money. It gives me percent. Now, careful. Remember, you have to do the decimal. We're doing 15. But it doesn't tell me how much money. It just says how long will it take for your money to double. Oh, okay, weird. It's up here in the directions. So I need to figure out when will my A be 2P. I gave you that hint with doubling in the table, because maybe you didn't realize you were supposed to use it, or you could use it other places too. So my money is supposed to double. Okay, let's use my equation. A equals, well, doubling. Okay, cool. 2P equals, I don't know P, so I guess I just have to write them. For A, B, and C, can I just set it up in general? Next, I would have 1 plus R, so 0.10, divided by, okay, well, it depends on which one you're doing. Does that make sense? So for the first one, you're going to plug n is 1 with 1t. For the second one, n is 2 with 2t. For the third, n is, sorry, not 2, 12. And then for the third one, n is 365 and 365t. So that's all it's going to change. But you might be like, how on earth am I supposed to, what's supposed to be finding? Time. Okay, I get it. He's missing. He's right there. I don't know who he is. I'm supposed to find him for A, sorry, for A and B and C. But there's another variable. Okay, we get n gets plugged in. N won't be there. But what about P? To be honest, for all of them, guys, if you plug in the doubling clue and you divide, the P goes away. It's actually irrelevant. I don't care how much you started with. If you put in $100 or $1,000 or $500,000, your money will double in the exact same amount of time. So actually, P doesn't matter. You divide both sides. So the equation you're going to be using for A and for B and for C, just using the different n's. For all of them, you're going to be solving for T using the appropriate n, depending on whether annually, monthly, or daily. You're going to be using the equation 2 is equal to 1 plus 0.10 divided by n to the nt. So, if you guys do need that help, I'm just going to show it in the whiteboard over here. I'm just going to solve one of them. I don't know, let's do letter B because n is 12. I feel like that's a little bit harder. So 2 is equal to, because some of you might have gotten stuck in the math, so I don't want to assume this math is super easy. For instance, you would have had to throw in an ln really fast to be able to get this t down. So you would have had ln of 2 is equal to 12t times 1 plus 0.10 divided by 12. If I were you, this is a number. My calculator can handle it.
You still have to put the ln already?
Should I just not throw it in at all? Oh, I did throw it in at all. Thank you. Thanks, there you go. Yeah. But it's still a big old number. My calculator can handle it, so divide to the other side. Some of you are so focused on making it look nice and pretty and, I don't know, doing all this decimal work in your calculator instead of just being like, it's okay, you're taking it to your calculator, you can throw it in. Some of us are going on retreat soon. Some of you guys. Sorry, I said that. There's a cool comparison that could be drawn with God, too. I know some of you are going to start rolling your eyes, but it's true in the sense of, like, your calculator can handle whatever mess you give it. It's not like you have to clean your problem up to plug it in. It's a lot simpler sometimes if you come with all the mess and just say, here, you deal with it. Think about it. There's definitely a life lesson in there. But coming back. That would be A, B, and C, and all that remains letter D. And letter D, you would do the exact same procedure, except this time you'd be using the PERT formula. So you would still use 2P for A. You would have your E r to the t. The nice thing is you can cancel out that, technically reduce that p away. And to be honest, it's just way easier if you're going to take ln of both sides. And when you do take that ln, which is legal because that p is gone, ln of e cancel out, and so to be honest, this is as easy as ln of 2 all over 0.10. Thanks. There we go.
For A, B, and C, for P, we can plug in whatever.
Yeah, or just realize that whatever p is, divide and use gone, and just go straight to the 2. But yeah. You can pretend it's a number if it helps. Okay, that was number 15. Yeah, he was a bit brutal. There was a lot of plugging and chugging, but A, B, and C are so similar. And if you guys actually get down to this point, if you notice, check it. What's the one thing? 2 things. This is for annual. You guys see the 12 here and you see the 12 here, right? For A, can't you just make that one and that one? And for C, can't you just make that 365 and 365? Or you could write out the whole problem and do it again. Remember, mathematicians, we're lazy. If we can find a pattern and use it, life is good. Okay, next one, number 21. Okay, 21. We did an example like it yesterday. So if after today you're still lost, it's not on the test. I know, that's valid. Only the table from the finances, not the isotopes. You can mark that down right now. In your homework, put parentheses. You don't need to study for the test. But put a star by the 7 and 10. The example we did yesterday, we said, hey, it's still exponential, and if it helps, you can totally still use PERT, because PERT is an easy one to memorize that's exponential. It's like, hey, amount after, P, initial, R, rate. Like, it technically works, because we have an initial quantity. We have, not a rate. Half-life, that's years. Isn't it a time? But it's a time for the amount to cut in half. So for this specific example, for 21, this is how long it will take for my amount to be half of 10, which is 5. So putting it all together, we just say, hey, 5 is equal to, initial is 10, e to the, I don't know R, but I do know 1599, and as you guys started homework off and saw them or had them or realized they were asking you to rearrange these equations to solve for R, or solve for T, or solve for P. Solve for R. Divide by 10. I'm doing this the long way instead of the short way, just to make sure everyone's tracking with how these ln's are coming in. It's to undo the e. This is just a good old-fashioned multiplication that I can undo by division, and if this is not working out in your calculators, I can almost guarantee you're not stopping at ln. It's just ln of 1/10. Get that parenthesis in there and then divide. Some of you are just plugging it in wrong. But remember, this isn't the final answer. The final answer is they want A after 1,000. I'm using, once again, the PERT formula. They probably wouldn't because it's technically money. This is radioactive decay. If some of you guys want to compare it to the answer in the back of the book, they probably would have made this 10 to the negative 1 and brought down the negative, so it's negative ln of 10. But guys, check the decimals. They're the exact same thing. So I can go ahead and come back to my formula and say, hey, if I want the amount after 1,000 years, I just need my initial, my e, my little r that I just found. Whichever one you use, it should be the exact same thing after 1,000 years. And if it takes $15.99 to cut in half, it's going to be somewhere between a half and a whole. Maybe 7-ish, maybe 6-ish. Kind of depends. But that's something I can just give my calculator again. Give it the mess. It can deal with it as long as I know how to plug it in. Yeah. Oh, good. What the book is using? The book will be using the one that you have written in your notes, which is A instead of P. The principal is amount. E, same thing. So the B, X. It's much more just mathematical with, like, I don't know, a coefficient, it's a coefficient, and, well, they might make it T. I would still do T for time, because technically it's not. Yeah, that works too. I just figure that most people have this memorized by the time I say it like a million times. So. But yeah, but just realize this is like the initial, right? And then this is like the R. And so they probably would call it B equals, not R equals. Okay, fats 21, 31, 35. Oh, you guys didn't have a... These were weird too. I'm surprised we didn't have questions on those. 31. A website. Here's a great example of a word problem. Did you guys break it down? Or did you get overwhelmed? Why? Number of hits a website gets. Model. Right there. T. Number of months the website has been reporting. Hint. In the third month. So when T equals 3, there were 1,000 Y hits equals 1,000. Oh, 10,000, sorry. Find the value of K. Yeah, obviously. In my equation, the only guy that's still unknown is that little K guy in that example. They gave me a Y, they gave me a T. I need to find K. Okay, that's not a big deal. Y is 10,000. T is 3. Should I be able to get to K? Totally. And then after I get to K, it says use this to predict the number of hits. So find who are hits, Y. After or when months, that's T. Guys, it's just reading it down. Don't die. Water goes down the wrong pipe. Hang on. But at this point, I think I can just divide. And I think Emma was saying yesterday, like, hey, there's a clear pattern to what's happening every time. If you're getting up into this exponent, you're throwing in an ln to get rid of that e, and then you have that 3k that you just have to do a simple division. So now that I have k, my objective. Wait a minute, but no, oh, new problem. Take the model and use it again. New problem. I don't know why, but I do now know k. Careful plugging and chugging this to your calculator. It can get a little messy. End your ln. You have to end your ln before you plug in t is 24. But all of that needs to be in the exponent of e, the whole shebang. Otherwise, your plugging and chugging is not going to work. Is that good? And then last but not least, number 55. I know I'm leaving the answers in messy forms, but all of these are odds so far. And the odds, you have the messy, like the decimal answer already. So I'm just getting you up to plug and chug it to your calculator, and you got it. Okay, this one looks a little rough. I don't see a formula. They expect me to have this memorized for chem? Read the directions. I have you write the problems and the directions. Is this a part of some sort of category of problem that, yes, pH levels, check it. These were all pHs. They told me something right here. The acidity model given by pH is equal to negative log of, check it. I can find the acidity by plugging into the formula with my hydrogen ion concentration. So the cool thing is, hey, let's just use the model they gave me. They didn't expect me to have it memorized, and I'm not going to expect you to have random models memorized tomorrow, Tuesday, except for PERT. So here we go, pH is equal to negative log of the hydrogen concentration. So let's get to that picture of the problem and say, oh, well, yes, please, thank you. I like little random formulas. I just have to plug and chug. Apple juice has a pH of 2.9. Well, let's go in the pH part. Okay, fine. Apple juice, 2.9. I mean, I guess I could just throw it into the formula. Don't exactly know the hydrogen concentration in apple juice, but okay, whatever. And then drinking water has a pH of 8. So what on earth are they asking me? hydrogen ion concentration of the apple juice is how many times the concentration of, okay, weird question. It's how many times, well, how can I get these two formulas to somehow be together? You could say something which starts to make it look a little bit weird, but you could label this dude as like an HA for apple juice and then an HW for water. They're going to have different hydrogen concentrations and they're not the same thing. And then you could ask, okay, you're asking me HA, the hydrogen ion concentration of apple juice, is how many times, I don't know, K, kind of like direct and inverse variation. How many times the concentration of water? Hey, to set this little baby thing up and see what K is, I think I have to actually get HA alone. Well, how do I get, oh, how do I undo a log? I can do, well, I moved the negative first because otherwise I could get in some trouble. But yeah, any common log has a base of 10, so I can do 10 to the power of both sides. Now I have an expression for HA. I could do the exact same thing over here, move that negative, 10 to the power of, undo the log. Now I have HW. And all I have to do is figure out how they compare. So I can say, okay, the apple juice one, well, wait a minute, I know what the number is. Take that little baby formula I did over there and say 10 to the power of negative 2.9 is equal to how many times 10 to the power of negative 8.0. Simple division. And then you got it. Guys, I know some of these were weird. I was just trying to make the point. Logs and exponentials show up later on in all your STEM. Whatever STEM things you might see. Usually in labs, that's where you're doing like a lot of calculations. And you're trying to figure out, okay, wait, what are the directions? And they're usually like these lab preparations that you do to figure out what the lab is going to be before you ever get in and actually start doing it, especially in college. And then you analyze the information later, and there's a lot of calculations, etc. I'm just trying to make it so that if you are seeing equations with logs or exponentials, you're practicing the skill of reading a chunk, of analyzing mathematically what is in there, what you have, and what you're supposed to find, and then knowing the legal steps to getting there. So do you have to memorize anything about pH for the test? No. Anything about radioactive decay, isotopes, hydrogen concentrations? No, 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 no. Can I focus you in on the most important pieces? You know how some of you just a second ago, or someone up there on the board, was asking about, oh, I've stolen all of the markers. I don't know where they all are. There's one. There was one of these where just a second ago I was like, oh, hey, it's like a normal word problem. Where was it? It was like 30 something, wasn't it? This 31 one was a good one as far as like, you have an equation, you don't have to memorize it, it's just right there. And then they use words to give you info that you have to plug in and find like your R, aka your K, and then use it. Like that's a great type of problem. You don't have to come up with the model on your own, it's given to you. It's more like a reading comprehension and then being able to do the math. And then I've also been very specific on this money one as far as just being able to manipulate the PERT formula. You don't need to know this one with n equals anything. As far as memorizing, just the PERT one's sufficient. And besides that, to be honest, I think just in general reading comprehension of them giving you something and you knowing where to plug it in. So the skills of being able to solve for what's missing and the skills to be able to read and plug in what's been given. That's the main point of section 3.5. Was there anything last minute? I know a lot of you guys gave me your questions early. Anything else, evens or odds, that we haven't touched on that you would like us to? Okay, then let me go ahead and pull up the review. Some of you have already found it in Google Classroom. Some of you are... Yeah.
Griffin, I have a question.
Oh, did I miss your hand? Sorry, Griffin. What else?
45.
45. Thanks, Aiden. If anybody wants to take a quick picture, I'm going to freeze the screen for just a second as I go get number 45 to talk about. If you want to take a quick picture and grab these homework problems. If you haven't yet already, now's the time. And let me go find what number 45 is. Let's close down the webcam before it crashes my whole computer. 45 was later on in homework. Oh yeah. Griffin, here's another one where they give you a weird equation, so everything looks funny, but the math isn't bad if you can just figure out what they're saying. Anybody still taking a picture? Are we good? We're writing down. We're good? Here's the crucial part, kid. The model and what it is. So the Richter scale, magnitude, okay, here we go. So that's my magnitude of an earthquake. And so far they haven't told me anything about I. Oh wait, intensity. Okay. Let I sub naught be 1. This must be like what we're comparing intensities to. So then they just say let that equal 1. So I'm like, okay, so I guess for all of these, based on what they just told me, I'm going to use R is equal to log of I over 1, which is the same thing as just log of I. That might change like in different situations. They're just not making me do the hard stuff of figuring it out. So they tell me, oh, here we go. Because magnitude is what people can measure using instruments, right? Magnitude of earthquakes. You guys hear that a lot, especially living in LA. So they're like, hey, the magnitude of, the magnitude of, the magnitude of for each of these, we're just trying to find the intensity. So you have an option. One option is to plug in each R on that Y side and then solve for I. Or right now, kind of like the beginning of homework, I think we want I's for all of them. So how would we rearrange this equation to get I by itself? How do we undo a common log, which has a base of 10? We could rewrite this formula to say, if I want my intensity and if I have my R every time, I can just do 10 to the power of I. But you could have also put in 6.6 and then been like, add to n, okay, 10 to the power. Remember, on your calculators, there's the common log buttons. The common log button. What happens if you hit second common log? Look at your calculator. If you hit second log, what's right above it?
10 to the power.
That's a reminder. How do I undo log 10 to the power? Cool. So then all you gotta do is plug in 6.6, plug in 5.6, and use that little caret button. Got it.
So I did A, and I got a really weird answer. I didn't think
Oh, it's probably scientific notation. Did you do it that way? 10 to the 6.6?
Yeah, I didn't get scientific notation though, but I got like 3,981,000 something. So I was like, I thought that was wrong because it seems really.
Well, give me your answer. So it's 3,000,000.
3,981,071.706.
706? Sorry, I heard that wrong. Check it. If it's 10 to the power of 6, that means it's, now, there's that weird decimal, so it's not just going to be 1 followed by lots of zeros. The decimal is what introduces other numbers. I'm just thinking of place values. I need at least 6 more zeros, 6 more places to have this make sense. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that is kind of weird. Let me plug it in to make sure. I would have thought there would have been one more place value, but maybe I'm not sure. Nope, you're right. Yeah. It's weird and it's huge, and I don't exactly know earthquakes well enough to know what that measures, but whatever it is, it's intense. Anyway. But yeah, you're right. Good job. Okay, guys. We still have like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. Some of you already have your books out and you're like, hey, I'm already going for it, which is awesome. Some of you don't. So for those of you that don't have your books out, for you to go get a book now and open it up, it might not be helpful. I'm going to freeze the screen just for a bit if you want to take a picture of the beginning problems of homework. If you can get it clear enough, you can kind of zoom in. It doesn't have everything, but Oh, there we go. This is the entire first page. If you want to take a picture of it, you can zoom in on it, etc. Those of you guys that are working on the review, I'm going to see if you have any places you've gotten stuck after Nathan's question. What was that?
It was C and F.
Oh no, they are calling exponential. Okay. I thought it was just LN. It would have made it a little bit better if they had it go negative, but it's not always possible in real life to have negative quantum estimates. Okay, sorry, review people. Anybody got stuck anywhere, or we just want to work? No? Nikki's not here to ask questions. Alright guys, I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to start it recording. I'm going to go ahead and pause on the screen. Let me zoom in just a little bit because some of you are just starting and you've had time to take a picture if you want to zoom in on your own. So I'll get at least the beginning of, there we go, the review for those of you that want to use it.